This is a lunch and learn discussing intuitive eating. And I'm only scratching the surface because I took notes on the book and just kind of wanted to present the basic concepts or the basic theories that they have going on. I'm not an expert in it, so I'm just kind of doing like a book report type of thing. The first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to turn over our papers and we're going to do an activity that's kind of going to get you thinking about changing your mindset. So the first thing they want you to do is they want you to write your name in your dominant hand, okay? Pay attention to how the pen feels. Pay attention to how you write your name, how it comes out on the paper, okay? Once you guys are done writing your name and being mindful about how you're writing your name, just go ahead and look up and we'll go to the next step. Okay, the next step is take that pen and put it in your other hand. Okay, now if you could write your name with your non-dominant hand. Remember, pay attention to how it feels. You're done, go ahead and take up. Put your head up, and when you're done. Like these because you can't really see that I'm smiling, but my eyes hopefully can let you know I'm smiling. Okay, all right, so the first question I have for you, look at those two signatures. Is there a quality difference between the two?
Oh yeah.
How so? And you can go ahead and write those differences down, or you can talk about them out loud if you'd like, that's fine too. Alright, next question. Did it feel awkward holding the pen in the non-dominant hand? Describe physically how it felt. Now, compare how you held the pen in each hand and describe the physical differences. Not necessarily your signature and how it looks different, but how it actually felt. Now, as you were writing, what were your thoughts as you were writing? Frustration? Judgment?
My only thought was how to tell my hand how to do it.
Okay. Okay, you had to be mindful and purposeful and think about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kind of thought myself through.
Okay.
Letters.
Okay.
And it was frustrating because it was taking a lot of time.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. I did it too. And mine, it looks very choppy. So now, question 4. What were your emotional feelings? Perhaps you were feeling impatient, judgmental, intrigued, embarrassed, fearful, perhaps you found it funny, comical. Have the belief or the expectation that your writing should appear of the same quality, even if your non-dominant hand has had less experience. So did anyone expect doing this and having the signature coming out of it? Okay, so no one was expecting it to be the same. Okay. So then the discussion and processing, both of your hands have access to the same brain, which possesses the knowledge of how to write and spell your name. Yet, for the majority of people, there is a marked difference in the quality of the writing. So with intuitive eating, much like writing with your non-dominant hand, it takes practice. Intellectual knowledge is not enough. If you have not had much experience listening and responding to your body cues in a timely manner, it will take patience and practice. If you have spent years dieting and creating food rules, it will take time to challenge and deconstruct those rules and beliefs which can interfere with intuitive eating. So intuitive eating, the practice of it is much like writing with your non-dominant hand. It's going to take time. Think of all the years and years that you've grown up in different households and different customs and behaviors and what you were exposed to. It's going to take time to change. So, who would like to share what they think intuitive eating is?
Maybe being more mindful. The first thought that comes to my mind is, I know personally I eat way too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times I think I overeat.
Mm-hmm.
Not giving my stomach time to tell my brain, hey, you're full.
Okay. Okay.
So being intuitive, maybe be more mindful.
Okay. Being mindful and slowing down. Okay. Anybody else care to share?
Maybe thinking a little bit more about pre-planning the,
Okay.
like what you're going to eat or a meal or
Okay.
not just grab the first
Okay.
thing you might uncover.
Okay. Maybe kind of being intentional with planning and what you're going to eat. Very good. Okay. Intuitive eating. So now we're going to get into the presentation. And again, I apologize. My skills with PowerPoint aren't great. I can put clip art pictures in it, but as far as like things coming in from every angle and being really interesting, I'm hoping that the content will interest you enough. So, okay, the goals of this presentation, we're going to rethink the diet mentality. Just the word diet alone kind of gives me the chills because there's a, oh, oops, I wanted the laser. See, there's a mentality that comes with diet. And after years and years and years of this word diet being pounded into our heads, it's going to take some time to change it. So, the goal of this presentation is to kind of rethink of things. Where did this information come from? It came from the Intuitive Eating book. Okay, I ordered this off of Amazon. I ordered the book and the workbook that goes along with it. So you kind of work side by side together. And then the book Coaching Yourself Thin by Greg Pottinger and Michael Schultz. Okay, so a lot of the concepts are the same. Okay? Picture it. Sophia Petrillo. Once upon a time, there lived a woman who just turned 50. The big 5-0. And might I add, she turned 50 right as the quarantine started and has not properly celebrated. I digress. This woman, during much of her adult life, did everything she could to lose weight. maintain the weight loss and be happy with herself. Throughout her 20s, 30s, and 40s, she dabbled in counting calories, only eating 3 meals a day, maybe having a shake for breakfast, or 2 shakes, depending on how heavy she was at the time. Buying into different diets, LA weight loss, Nutrisystem. With each start of each diet, there was initial success, okay? But eventually, the weight came back on. She had more ups and downs than a yo-yo champion could complete in a match. Who's also been on that ride? Can anyone relate to that? The roller coaster. Absolutely. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Many types of diets out there. Famous one now is keto. There's the paleo, there's a vegetarian, there's vegan, there's Mediterranean, there's raw, there's low carb, there's no sugar, and this is just a small sample of the types of diets that are out there. Anyone familiar with these diets? Okay. What do they mean? Keto, it's a high-fat, adequate protein, low-carb diet. Put your body into ketosis. I don't know about you, but I don't want to put my body anywhere with that word. It just sounds scary to me. Not quite sure what it means. I know it has something to do with diabetes and when you're, anyways, I digress. So keto, you got that going on. Paleo, where you eat veggies, fruits, meats, fish, certain fats, nuts, and seeds. You take the grains out, beans, soy, dairy, refined sugar, and certain vegetable oils. So that's paleo in a nutshell. Vegan is also the Mediterranean diet, low carb, no sugar.
I don't know about that no sugar part.
Okay. The Mediterranean diet is a heavy vegetable, limited meats, and fish over chicken. Ooh. No sugar, aka low carb, no simple or complex sugars, no carbs, flour, white sugar, refined grains. With a vegetarian diet, there's a couple different kinds. There's the lacto-vegetarian, the ovo-vegetarian, the pescatarian, lots of diets. So, oh, I did insert a sound. Did you guys hear that?
I was like, what was that? That was thunder.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay. Definition of, don't ask me how I did it, because I'm not going to be able to do it again. Definition of diet. As a noun, diet means kinds of food a person, animal, or community habitually eats. It's a special course of food to which one, keyword, restricts oneself, either to lose weight or for medical reasons. Now, diet, as a verb, restrict oneself to small amounts or special kinds of foods to lose weight. Just want to point out again, the key word, restrict. That's what most people think of when diet comes to mind. Diet. Oh no. Did I put something else in here and it didn't work? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, yes! Oh, I did it! Diet. So when you guys hear the word diet, simple things make me very excited. So what things come to mind, what words and thoughts come to mind when you hear the word diet?
Losing weight.
Losing weight? A lot of work. A lot of work. Aww. There you go. Structure. Restriction. So excited. I'm not allowed. Deprivation. I can't have. Angry. And me, I get grumpy. Absolutely grumpy. I'm so excited at work. Another thing with diet, and I struggle with this, all or nothing thinking. So I might start off a day really, really good. I help myself or let myself have that little bit, and then in my head, the gates have opened and you've already ruined it. With a diet, I want immediate gratification. I want a quick fix. Most people, that's what they want. They want something, they want it now. I'm so excited. But is immediate gratification and quick fix reality? Most things that you want really, really bad, you gotta work for. Okay? I'm emphasizing those words, okay? Oh, look at See, I did do it. Okay. So let's talk about the definition of insanity. Okay? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results each time. So I'm going to pose this question. How does starting and restarting diets an example of insanity?
You're not getting a different result.
Right, you're trying a different diet, but are you getting the same results? You know, okay, so this diet didn't work, let's try this one. Okay, this one didn't work. Okay. So even Albert Einstein, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So what if we changed our way of thinking? Okay? Instead of diet, how can we start thinking about making changes differently? Again, it's the mindset. And Lynn and I were talking a little bit before. Once the mind is right, everything else kind of falls into place. So in order for us to start making changes differently or thinking about dieting differently, we have to know where we came from. Okay? We have to know history. So what influences a person's habits? Their childhood. Okay? What was taught? Any culture, customs practice, the person's self-perception, okay? Person's self-perception, how they see themselves. Depending on a person's age, comparing themselves to others. That's very, very strong in the teenage years, the peer pressure, I have to look like this. Media, advertising, clothes, how people are presented. So all of this stuff influences a person's habits. You go to the doctors, you get on the scale, they've got charts posted, they compare your numbers to the chart. So you yourself are compared to a chart, but your characteristics aren't taken in mind, or aren't kept in mind. Okay? Oh. Okay. You guys are my test group. Sorry. I guess I did play with it and doing very different things here. Okay. Intuitive eating. There are different types of eaters. There's the careful eater, the unconscious, and the intuitive. We're going to talk a little bit about each three. The careful eater. Very conscious of nutrition and the nutritional information involved. Can tell you calories, sugar, nutrient contents of different types of food. This careful eater also worries about every type or every bite of food. Excuse me. If I eat this licorice, I'm going to have to walk an extra mile. The careful eater studies food labels. The careful eater asks numerous questions at restaurants. The poor waitress can't get past the table. The careful eater beats themselves up for any unhealthy choices. Careful eater is usually committed on weekdays and then kind of enjoys that splurge on the weekends. The careful eater also analyzes every food situation. The concern of the careful eater, the healthy relationship with food is hindered because they're so focused on the details. Okay? We have a professional dieter. They're always on a diet. They've tried the latest diet. They are a portion expert. Okay? Their food choices are influenced by weight loss. They can't wait for the next diet to come out. Belief that certain foods will never be eaten again. So that word restriction. When you feel you're on a diet, you're kind of restricted, I can't have. Concerns of the professional dieter, it's the all or nothing mindset. Talked a little bit about that earlier. It's impossible and unrealistic. Nothing is off the table to help lose weight. So the professional dieter may have even dabbled into diuretics, laxatives, that type of thing. Professional dieter often overeats and then cleanses. You can find that. Your unconscious eater